Hey guys, James here today and welcome to another building video. This one today is going to be a modern art gallery here on Aluna Island. Now this is actually lot number 2. It's up originally where I was going to build a lighthouse before I built a separate island for it. And so this has got this awesome sort of, it's called, I believe the lot itself is called Aluna Headlands. And so that's the name of the lot. So it's right at the top of the island, the highest point. And I'm building this weird, I don't know, I had this idea that I wanted a sort of, I mean, if we had curved walls, it would be sort of a large curved wall overhanging the cliff is the idea. So you'd have large sort of panoramic views out of the gallery. And that was the idea. So it's this kind of large, weird horseshoe shaped overhanging building over this little cliff area. And I think it's a really cool looking place. And the only problem with it is that art galleries in The Sims 3 don't really do anything. Like, I mean, there are specific lot types, so I figured we should have a gallery on Aluna Island, and I guess it's somewhere to congregate as well, but there's no real use to them other than they kind of look cool, so that's what I've done. I've made it look cool, and it's sort of like an architectural piece. I mean, you could easily, if you wanted, like, if you download this, you could easily turn it into a residential lot and then sort of renovate it into a house, which, by the way, if you guys do that, be sure to sort of tweet me pictures of that, you converting this into a house, because I think that'd be awesome. It wouldn't be too hard. Just download it, change it, add a few rooms, and I think you can make an awesome house out of it. But we needed a gallery, and I thought this would be an awesome place to put one, so that's what I've done. Now, unfortunately, when I was building this, I built it slightly uneven, and I don't realize till a little bit later on when I'm trying to do some stuff on the roof. But I mean, I fix it up, but it's kind of annoying. So if you notice the build is a little bit lopsided at the moment, it is. And I do fix it, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so I'm just sort of trying to make this look like I'm adding multiple levels to add loads of detail to it, because it's only a one-story gallery, but I use the other levels for detailing and sort of little accents here and there to make it look sort of more solid and more like it's not going to just tumble down the cliff. At least hopefully not. That's the idea. So that's I was about to say that's where I fixed the lopsidedness, but no, it's not. I was just doing these sort of trimmings around the build. So around the front there where the road comes up, I actually add like a car park there. There's like 6 car parking spaces, which is something that I don't think the other existing community lots have. They don't really have car parking spaces. But it's one of those things that you don't really need in The Sims 3, because if there's no car parking spaces, the car just goes in their backpack and there's no problem. But I mean, there was a little bit of empty space. I thought I'd turn it into like a little car park area. And right now I'm actually adding in some skylights with the into the future sort of skylights. I don't know, whatever they're called, sort of glass flooring. So I'm adding in skylights with that. And this is where I realized that the building is lopsided, because I'm adding in sort of details on the roof at the moment. And then when I go to try and do the same thing on the other side, which I'm doing now, I keep realizing that, hang on a minute, it's not lining up properly. We're not getting to see there. I'm just like, oh no, what has happened? What has happened? And I was like, all right, let's just not do the roof bit. And then like, I hadn't realized that it's lopsided yet, but then I will in a bit, and I'll just be like, oh, face palm moment. But we'll come to that. We'll come to that. It's not that big of a deal, but it was kind of annoying. So I'm just trying to build the entrance right now, just bringing it out a little bit so there's enough room there. It's definitely a modern styled building, because it's supposed to be like a contemporary art gallery with lots of modern art that looks stupid, and I personally wouldn't call art. I mean, in Sunset Valley, in Sunset Valley, in their art gallery, they have a toilet on a pedestal, and I did the same thing. But my toilet, here's the difference, my toilet is a golden toilet, so that would be expensive. I don't know. So we've got a golden toilet on a pedestal. You'll see it later. I had a little bit of trouble furnishing the gallery because I was trying to keep most of the items I was putting in the gallery. I say most of, because most of them, I was trying to keep them base game, just so that when I do make a base game version of this, which I will have to do, that most of the stuff should still be there and won't be too much of a problem. There are a few things. For example, the windows are into the future, and the glass sort of flooring is into the future as well. There's some plants from into the future. I mean, there's a few things from expansions, and I think there may be a couple of store content items as well. And yeah, that's where I'm fixing up the build, where I finally realized that it was lopsided, because I was like, hang on a minute, this side looks bigger than the other side. It's like, and I was like, oh, that explains why the roof didn't work. And I was like, oh. And then we fix it all up and result in a nice, well, an interesting looking roof, that's for sure. Which, do I do it now or do I do it later? I don't know. Just fixing up all the little trimmings now so they line up quite nicely. Trimming off the bottom there as well, and leveling all the things down. So as you can see, there are multiple sort of levels I'm using to add different detailings. And this is where I'm just checking that all the walls are the same width on either side, because I don't want to run into that problem again where it's completely different. Oh dear. And this is where I'm adding in the roof detailings now once more. So it's kind of just like the idea with the roof is it's kind of supposed to be like a large support for the building. Like you'd have big concrete sort of, I don't know, whatever, I don't even know what you call them. I'm not an architect. I don't know. Big concrete sort of beams to support the building hanging at the edge. And obviously you'd have that underneath the building as well. At least that was the idea and the inspiration for the roof of the building. I mean, to be fair, it does kind of make it look like because I showed this on Twitter and people were like, that looks like a spaceship or something. I was like, yeah, it kind of does. But also it kind of makes sense. Well, it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of works because it's supposed to be a weird modern art gallery with weird pieces of art that nobody really understands, but everybody pretends to understand because they want to fit in. So it kind of goes with the whole sort of theme of the building. Also, this whole upper area of Aluna Island, sort of, you can see the Nate Bay house build in the background. This whole upper area that also has the school on it is supposed to be the more affluent area of the island, so bigger houses, mansions, that kind of stuff. So this is kind of fitting into the area as well, because it's a much more a very expensive looking build for a sort of art gallery. So it kind of fits in with the area as well it's supposed to be in. And then sort of the lower area of Aluna Island, sort of the town center, is supposed to be more densely packed, which it is, and sort of more smaller houses, sort of middle class smaller houses, which we'll get to eventually. There's no way I've decided there is absolutely no way this island is going to be done before The Sims 4, but I will continue working on it after The Sims 4 comes out, of course, and also my Let's Plays will continue, most likely. It'll just be that The Sims 4 is added into the mix as well. So yeah, it would have been nice to get this done before The Sims 4. That was my original goal, but obviously I have nowhere near met that. And I don't think I will be able to. I won't be able to build that many houses and community lots within the time allotted, unfortunately. But I shall do my best. I've definitely sort of sped up the rate of construction because I've done 3 builds within the last week or so. So that's a good start. It's a good start, and I got to keep up the pace. Just working on the entrance there. Obviously, you saw I put in the car park area there now with the sort of 6 car parking spots. So when Sims visit here, hopefully we'll see a nice full car park. The stupid ceiling tiles were glitching out there. I'm just building up the entrance now. A nice, cool little, I don't know, large platform out the front. Not platform. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I don't know. I've been working hard the last couple of days, let me tell you. On all my sort of 100k related videos and giveaways, which I don't even know. I may or may not have hit 100k before I post this video. I'm not sure. If I have, then woo! Go check out the 100k giveaway video and the 100k video itself. If not, ignore that last part and then check it out later when we hit that 100k mark. But that is amazing. 100,000 subscribers. Like, what? I don't even know. 6-figure number of people watching my videos. I don't know. That's crazy. That's insane. I don't know. Like, if you put me in a sort of stadium and had 100,000 people there watching me, I'd just be like, I'd be a deer in headlights. I would not be able to. I wouldn't be able to move. That's just insane. Crazy number. Such a massive number. And I have nothing but thanks, of course, for all you guys for subscribing and watching and all that good stuff. But anyways, let's continue talking about the build and not about that number, because that number will only exist within a certain period of time, and then it'll be 100,001. So there's no point talking about that one number too much, because it will continue unless there's a mass exodus from the channel and everybody unsubscribes, in which case then that'll be sad. Let's hope that doesn't happen. What am I even talking about? Right, anyways, this build was originally going to be sort of this grey concrete building because, I mean, first of all, that sort of, to me, the sort of grey boringness, well, not boringness, the grey sort of concrete feel sort of, to me, says modern art. I don't know, like some crazy building made out of concrete screams modern art to me for some reason. But I do add in color. I add in sort of a lime green sort of accent to it, and also the roof has some sort of brownish concrete in it as well. So I don't know. It gets a bit more color. It gets a bit more lively. I was just trying to find the right patterns that I wanted to use, and I couldn't get the right feel. But anyway, so it starts off looking like a grey, horrible build, very drab, but then it does evolve. So let's keep that in mind. It evolves. Don't worry, it'll change. Because right now, if it stayed like this sort of grey all over, that would be kind of boring. But it doesn't. So there's no worries there. Just playing around with the roof. I was trying to choose what I wanted to put on the roof. Originally, I was going to do like some sort of metal-based roof, but I don't even know what it ends up being. Just concrete, I guess. Yeah, just concrete roof. Nothing too special. This is where I do the sort of lower sections in there. I was going to do skylights in all of those areas, but the into the future sort of skylight windows can't be diagonal, so it's kind of upsetting. So there's only a large skylight in the middle of the build, and then also when you walk in, I put sort of the glass floor tiles on the floor as well, so you can see straight down to the cliff below and straight up. So it's sort of like, I don't know, it looks really cool. It looks cool anyways. Trying to choose a floor tiling. I went for a grey sort of metal tile, and then I contrast it with some red sort of red carpet, you know, sort of like a nice pathway there. Just colouring in all the little places and adding some more details here to the front, make it look more modern and a little bit crazy. Only a little bit crazy, not too crazy. Hey, but like I was saying before, that this is like art galleries are kind of useless in The Sims. Don't worry, I put in some chess tables. You can come here and play chess if you want. So get excited to play chess at the art gallery. You know who is. That saying, by the way, you know who is, makes no sense, but that's the point. It's one of my, if you've ever seen my other channel, Flabberleaky, where I do sort of other videos, I play GTA with Zeus and the Genie is from Norway, and he likes to say phrases in English that make no sense, such as, you know who I is, and you know what I heard. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I don't know, I keep drifting off topic here. But yeah, adjusting those little skylights there. I'm just trying to, I was going to put windows everywhere in this build, like on all the walls, but then I was like, hang on a second, this is an art gallery. I actually need some walls to put paintings on here. So I was like, okay, let's just do windows around this whole front part of the build where the balcony is, so you get this large sort of panoramic view out of the front window. And that's sort of what I did there. So there's only windows around the front and sort of where the road is as well, looking out that way. So that's what I did there. And this is where I'm putting in the floor tile or the flooring. So you get a view to the cliff below, which I was trying to figure out the best way to place them. So I did it like in a cross pattern. So it was kind of some flooring in between. And I had to make a hole underneath, of course, so you could actually see out. Otherwise it'd be completely useless. So now you can see straight underneath the build. You can see like straight through it, which is really cool. I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to put all the doors here. We shall move on to the furnishing pretty soon, I think. Probably about now. No. Still messing around with the windows. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry about that. There's always something I forget to sort of put on mute or silent whenever I go to record any sort of video. And it just goes off right in the middle. So annoying. Anyways, here I am scrolling through the category, trying to find something to put in the build. You'll notice me sort of sitting around trying to find stuff for ages. I was trying to find that little pedestal thing because that's crazy. You can put so many things on that pedestal. I never knew it. You can put like toilets, chairs. You can put anything that sort of fits on a 1x1 square can go on top of that pedestal. And I never knew that for some reason. There's my golden toilet. The very first item I put in this build was a golden toilet. It doesn't stay there though. It moves into its own special area. Yeah, I was just looking at all the items I could place on here. I mean, look at all the stuff you can place on there. I don't know why. Like, I've seen these cubes. I know they're in the game, and you can even stack them on each other, the cubes. But I've never used them. Like, I've never really used them. But it's kind of interesting. You just put crazy stuff on them for some reason. Anyway, that's where the golden toilet goes, in its own velvet roped off area. Come to the art gallery, the Aluna Island art gallery, to see the infamous golden toilet. I don't know why, but you can go there to see it. I was trying to get some sculptures in here now. I'm getting a bit stuffed up at the moment by the sound of it. Yeah, I was just going through all the base game items, trying to find something that would be appropriate to put in there. So we just got that regular sort of statue, and I made it all marble to make it look more expensive and more exquisite than it really is. As you can see here, getting a nice marble pattern on it. And then I put it on its own little platform as well. This one gets a nice red carpet platform. Much more... I feel it's more fancy than the golden toilets platform. So there it is. It's quite nice. And then, what do I move on to, like, we have a little seating area here. This is where all the kids and everything can go when they're bored and they just want to sit down because they don't want to look at boring artwork. Oh dear. Those are the seats I seek out when going to art galleries. I'm not an art gallery kind of person. I wouldn't voluntarily go to an art gallery unless there was something specific that I really wanted to see there. Like, it depends what the museum is. If the museum is purely like just paintings and that's it, I'd be like, nah, I don't want to go to a gallery and just see paintings. Like, if there's some really cool exhibits, like recently here in Sydney, they had the Game of Thrones exhibit, where they had the actual throne from Game of Thrones here, which was pretty cool. So those kind of galleries and museums are awesome. But if it's just an art gallery, I'd be bored out of my mind. I can look at art on the internet, on Google Images. That's my art gallery. This little exhibit that I'm putting together here is kind of like I don't know, it's a weird exhibit. I don't know, a grungy sort of... This is how your sim would live if they are poor. A pile of clothes on a pedestal, some boxes, and a destroyed bed. It's a very exciting exhibit that you can come and see only on Aluna Island. So come over here. I put the most expensive painting from the base game in its own little exhibit area here as well. Sort of like its own roped off area. And it has two fancy chairs in there, which you'll see. I don't know. I was trying to make a little art gallery kind of thing. You get two fancy little chairs. And I add a little stage underneath the painting as well to make it seem more important than it really is. So there you go. Little red carpeted stage. Trying to get the wood off of that as well. And then we put the painting above the stage. A couple of lights, a couple of chairs. And that's where the security guards would sit. They'd sit there on those chairs. Make sure people don't touch the painting. Because you can't touch the painting. You'll ruin it. That's true. That's true. Anyways, I was going to do another seating area over here, which you see me start to do. Then I realized, I should probably put a bathroom in the gallery, because if your Sims are coming here to visit, they'll probably want to go to the toilet at some point, or they may want to go to the toilet at some point. So let's put in a bathroom, which I haven't done yet, but I will do in just a moment's time. This is where all the boring pieces of art are as well. If your Sim wants to come and view those, they can. I don't know. It's an art gallery. This build, or this build is more about the build itself than what's inside of it. It's the base game has an art gallery, so let's put an art gallery in. But it's more so just I sort of did more with the build than with the furnishing, because there's not that much you can do in an art gallery. So I sort of went all out on the building, made it look crazy and weird. And I would definitely love to see you guys convert it into like a house or into something else. I don't know. Do some conversions and link them to me on Twitter or something. That'd be really cool to see. Using these pedestals just to do some more weird exhibits of just some crazy items that don't really make any sense. Like a child's high chair. I don't know. Apparently put that in for some reason. What else am I putting in here? I can't remember. I don't remember what I put in. Let's see. What am I? A flamingo, a gnome, and a fire hydrant. I don't know. You know, they're just there. Just did a little bit of detail flooring around the pieces. It's got a lamp, a guitar, and a high chair on that side. Because that makes sense. Yes, come to this art gallery to see the pink flamingo on a pedestal. And I was just having a look around, make sure it's all good. And then we come outside, do the balcony. Oh no, I do the bathroom first, and then I do the balcony. Plenty of toilets. There's way more toilets than there would ever be Sims on the lot, because I doubt there'd ever be that many Sims needing to use the toilet at once. But if there are, they have a bathroom to visit, so no worries. A couple of urinals, of course. It's got nice big windows in the bathroom, so that's why I put the urinals behind the cubicles, because you don't want someone just looking in the window and watching to go to the toilet. So that's I did think about that. I've got some nice big mirrors in there as well, so you can clean yourself up if you need to wash your face, or if you get something on your face, you can get it off right there, no problems. I don't know. Yeah, now we're doing the balcony. So on the balcony, we just do a couple of little tables to sort of sit and have a chat. And then I do some benches, and I do a couple of chess tables as well. If you want to do some chess with a random person, you can. There's no worries there. You can just come out here, sit there, and enjoy the beautiful view of Aluna Island. Well, actually, the view would be looking out to the ocean, so there's not really a view of Aluna Island, but you know what I mean. Yeah, now we're just doing a little bit of landscaping on the outside, so just putting a bunch of palm trees around there, making it look a bit more lush, a little bit more lively on the lot, because the lot is actually quite big. If you built something else on here, you could utilize all the sort of the lower cliff area, because it's quite a big lot. I only use the top bit, obviously, with the overhang of the gallery, but you could definitely utilize a lot more of it if you so wished. A few palm trees around there. This lot doesn't extend to the ocean, though. It doesn't go into the ocean, which might have been a better idea, but it's a bit too late to change that on Aluna Island now, because if it did go all the way down to the ocean, then you could sort of make a large house up there with a sort of a boat and their own private beach and all that. And this is completely out of order. Okay. I don't know why. How did that happen? Oh, dear. My ordering of videos is honestly becoming terrible. This is this clip is numbered number 6, right? This is clip number 6, but it's clearly not number 6. I thought the lights just appeared randomly in the video, but I decided not to say anything. Ah, dear. Oh, well, here we go. I'm putting in all the lights. I'm putting in these sort of strip lights that came from late night, and we're lighting up the parking lot. I actually removed those parking lot lights because they're a bit bright. Anyways, putting these lights on the top here now. Next speed build that I do, I'm going to triple check that these clips are in the right order, because this keeps happening, and it happens way too frequently. So I'll triple check that next time for you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It makes no difference if they're in the wrong order, because you still see everything. So it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, here you can see me putting on the lights. I just use these thin strip lights so it lights up, like it has plenty of light for the lot, but it doesn't. The lights don't get in your way too much. Like when you're trying to play, they don't get in your way, and it's all good. Putting some main sort of statues around here to signify art gallery. There were no sort of just little statues I could put in. That one I thought was really cool, so I put a couple of those in. I thought those just looked awesome. And then I did a few into the future plants around it. I think this is where we do the colors as well, because I think that's something else that I noticed when I was just recording this commentary. Now I was like, hang on, when did we do the colors? That didn't seem to appear, but here it is, doing the colors now, in case you're wondering the same thing. So there you go. Yeah, so we go for this lime green around the building. So it's sort of like a natural kind of, it's weird. It's like a kind of a natural sort of green, but then with an unnatural concrete as well. So it's kind of, I don't know, blending of the natural and the unnatural in this weird modern art gallery. But there you go. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with the colors. Putting these two statues on little stages here to sort of prop them up a little bit more. And then we do some landscaping around them in just a moment's time as well, which you'll see coming up. And then we'll very shortly jump into the screenshots in but a moment's time. Just recoloring the sort of little edging of the lot there, making sure everything is just right. So here we go. Yeah, those little into the future plants there. I think those ones look really nice, and they fit quite nicely with the build itself. And those are store items. Those are little shrubby things, which I thought looked kind of cool. I was trying to find some things to put there, and I don't know if I ever did. Maybe I didn't. Anyways, screenshots. Here is a view of the large panoramic window around the back, another side of it there. I think this build looks really cool, sort of just perched up on top of this sort of headlands here. A sort of a flat view here, looking straight sort of through the window to the other side. Another angle, you can see the lighthouse in the background there. I think this build just looks really cool. Here's a view from front on. You may also notice some of the ceiling tiles messed up. I don't know why. I tried to fix the ceiling tiles, but they were just giving me hell. So if you see some glitched out ceiling tiles, please ignore that. I mean, you're not going to see them in regular gameplay anyways. Here's a couple views of the road side of the lot where you'd come up to visit it. You can see into the seating area there on the right, the car park in the middle there. There's the stairs, and there's two crazy statues out the front, which I think look really cool. A view from underneath of the build there, we can see up into the gallery, which I think is awesome. And another, yeah, there's the glitched out ceiling tiles. I tried to fix them, but the game was not cooperating, unfortunately. Here's another view looking straight through. You can see straight through the sky there as well, which is really cool. Here's the sort of entrance foyer with the red carpet there and the cross, and you can see some of the exhibits, the high chair, the guitar, and the lamp. Good exhibits. Good exhibits. There's the most expensive painting next to the bathrooms, which I guess makes a lot of sense. There's another view of the bathrooms and a couple of the paintings on the wall behind them. And another view looking down the hallway, or down the sort of build. It's not really a hallway. There's the golden toilet in the background. Get that golden toilet. There's a couple of palm trees coming through the build there actually as well. Ooh, that's a bit messy. Sorry about that. And here's a nice little sitting area. I love the view of that seating area. Look at that. It looks like a painting on the wall. Like it looks like a picture on the wall there. But it's just a view of the island. I think it looks really cool out the window there. I was going to say, I wonder if we have a picture of the golden toilet. We do! And then we should have a floor plan picture coming up right at the end. But guys, thank you for watching this building video. Download link is in the description below. You can check it out there and see all the screenshots for yourself. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time and have an awesome day.